Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I am back with another video, and this time we're going to be doing a fill. So the first thing that I'm doing is just going in with my extra coarse drill bit, and it is a safety drill bit. You do want to make sure that when you're using anything that's coarse, that it's a safety one. That way you don't file on your client's natural nail, or also that you don't cut your client. So again, that's the extra coarse drill bit, and this one you can get on Amazon. I do have my Amazon storefront, so I'll be sure to leave the link down below. But yeah, so I'm just gonna go in and remove the gel polish from all of the nails, and then also filing around the cuticle area to make sure that the nails are nice and smooth for the acrylic application. So once I finish removing all of the gel polish, I'm going in with my cuticle pusher, and I'm just pushing back those cuticles. And this is going to expose the new growth and help with reducing lifting. So you want to make sure that you never skip this step. After that, I'm going in with a 180 sanding band to remove the shine from the natural nail. I do have these sanding bands on my website, so I'll be sure to leave the link down below. And be sure to go check it out, y'all. I have a whole bunch of new goodies, and you definitely don't want to miss out. I will be leaving it up until it sells out, or right before I move or go to Miami for a month. So again, make sure you go check it out. But during this step, I use my e-file at 6,000 RPMs. So whatever speed you feel comfortable using it at, that is completely fine. So after we finish removing the shine, I just dust the nails off, and then I'm going in with my JC Beauty Concepts primer. And then after that, I'm going in with my pink acrylic. So just placing the bead closer to the cuticle area, patting it down. And then whenever you pat, y'all, you definitely want to be super gentle. And I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's like I'm almost feathering the acrylic down, and then also wiping my brush off a lot as I'm working, because if not, that product is going to get stuck to your brush, and it's going to keep building up and building up in your brush until you end up with really bumpy and lumpy nails. So again, whenever you're doing a fill, you focus on filling in the back of the nail closer to the cuticle area, but you also want to make sure that you balance out the entire nail. So just making sure you look at your nail from different angles, that way you know exactly where you need to add more product. But our goal is always to have a nice apex and thickness at the tip, that way our nails won't break off super easily. So same thing, placing that first bead closer to the cuticle area, placing it super gently, patting it down, and then gently brushing it down towards the tip. And then of course, if you need to clean around the cuticle area, you just go in with the very tip of your brush and just wipe all around that area, and then just continue to brush it down towards the tip. And like I said, if you need to add more acrylic somewhere, that is completely fine. You just want to make sure that you have a nice apex and thickness at the tip. Now another thing is, if you've applied acrylic and you feel like, you know, the nails are starting to get kind of thick, but your nails are still uneven, I recommend just, you know, stop adding acrylic, and then once you start filing, you just kind of file it off to even everything out, because the more acrylic you add, of course, the bulkier and just of course thicker the nails are going to be, and you definitely do not want that. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish off this hand, but it's gonna be the exact same thing, y'all. And then also, one thing I forgot to mention is my acrylic brush. So I use the Alpha brush in a number 12. Now, I absolutely love their brushes. You do want to make sure that you invest good money into a good brush and also your acrylic system, y'all. Like, those two things will literally make or break your entire nail career or nail journey. Just because as a beginner, it can be really frustrating whenever the acrylic gets stuck to your brush. And a lot of the time, it could be one or the other. Like either your acrylic is, not good, or your brush is no good. So you want to make sure that both of those things are the best. That way, it just makes your entire nail journey a lot easier, a lot smoother. And I know for me, I started off with the kit from Walmart, the little Kiss kit, and y'all, it was a disaster at the time. This was like back in 2012, and it literally took me 4 or 5 hours to do a set. The nails were super thick and bulky because the brush sucked, so I kept having to stop to soak the acrylic off the brush, and then it was just a disaster, y'all. So to prevent that, just make sure that you invest good money into, good products. I definitely love JC Beauty Concepts. They go on really smoothly. I definitely think that they are great for a beginner. Same thing with Alpha Brush. Their brushes are really, really good. But whatever product you like, that is completely fine. But that is just what I use and what works for me. Alrighty, so after I finish applying the acrylic, I'm going to go in with my 80/80 hand file. And of course, just following the sides and the free edge at exactly a 90-degree angle. That way we get that perfect coffin shape. And then of course, they're already that coffin shape. But after, 2-3 weeks of her wearing her nails, and then also after applying the acrylic, it kind of takes away from the shape. So during this step, we're basically just going in and redefining that coffin shape. But remember, make sure that as you're doing this, you hold your file at exactly a 90-degree angle. I cannot stress that enough. But if you don't, you will like round off your corners, or your nail will be crooked, or whatever the case may be. But you definitely want to make sure that you pay attention really throughout the whole, set. But your shape literally is what's going to make your entire set look 1,000 times better. So after I finish reshaping the nails, I'm going in with my extra fine drill bit. I'm using my e-file at 10,000 RPMs. And as always, we start around the cuticle area, going from the right side all the way over to the left side, and then just following the rest of the nail to make sure that it's all nice and smooth. But you do want to make sure that you focus on that cuticle area because we don't want to get any lifting. And then, like I said, just following the rest of the nail. Now, if you do have more bumps and lumps, then of course you will have to file more when it comes to following the rest of the nail. But as far as for me, my acrylic application is pretty smooth, so I don't really have to do much filing other than just focusing around that cuticle area. And again, I'm using my e-file at not 8, but 10,000 RPMs. Alrighty, so after I finish filing the nails, I'm going in with my buffer, and this is going to get rid of any of the scratches left on the nails from the hand file or the e-file. So make sure that you buff those nails really good, and then after that I wipe the nails off and then going in with my polish. So this color is in the color Harp on it. It's just a silver holographic polish, and this is what I use as a base whenever I do a full nail of my AB Bling. And then for the rest, I'm going to be going in with this really pretty royal blue by Madam Glam. I do have a promo code for them, so I'll be sure to leave that information down below. But I'm going to be doing a French tip on this ring finger and the thumb. As you can see, I go in with my small nail art brush, which I do have these brushes available on my website as well. And so I outline the small line first, and then with the nail polish brush, I just go in and fill in the rest of the tip. So I'm going to do the same thing on the thumb. So going in with my small nail art brush, outlining that small line, and then filling in the rest with the nail polish. And then this little cleanup brush that I'm using is also available on my website. So as I mentioned earlier, be sure to go check it out before it's too late. And then up next, I'm going in with the Mia Secret Blooming Gel. And with this one, before you cure it, of course, you're going to go in with your polish. So I'm going to go in with that same blue, and I'm using the back of my little cleanup brush. And I'm just doing like little ovals on the nail, going all the way down the nail. And then I'm going to go in and fill in the sides as well. You do want to make sure that you work pretty fast with this blooming gel, because the gel polish will start to spread literally as soon as you place it down. So once you do this nail, you want to make sure that you cure the nails immediately. That way the gel does not spread way too much, and then everything's going to kind of bleed together. So after this, I'm going to cure for 30 seconds, and then I'm going to come back in and do a second coat. Alrighty, then for my bling, I'm using the Soleil nail adhesive, and then I'm using the bling out of my nail bling kit, which I do have available on my website as well. So I'm going in with the SS16, SS12, SS10, SS6, SS8, just a whole bunch of different ones just to fill in the entire nail and just to fill in the gaps as I go. So as you guys can see, I start around the cuticle area first, working my way around the perimeter of the nail and just filling in all of the little gaps as I go. I'm also going to apply some bling on the middle finger. So again, I'm using the Soleil nail adhesive, and then the wax pencil is also available on my website. Alrighty, so after I've applied all of the bling, I sprayed the nails with the Hurry Up spray. That's going to help that Soleil nail adhesive dry a lot faster. That one you can find on my Amazon storefront list. And after that, I'm going in with the Madame Glam Gel Top Coat. I'm applying that on all of the nails and then curing for 60 seconds. Alrighty, y'all, so here is the final look, and y'all, I am obsessed with this set. It's so beautiful. I love that blue, the pink acrylic, the bling. Everything just flows so well together. So as always, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and also don't forget to hit the little bell so you are notified every time that I post.